Another video in my mental model series. This video is about inversion method. Inversion method is a very good mental model for decision making and problem solving. Warren Buffett's business partner has a famous saying about avoiding stupidity that best describes this mental model. While trying to solve problems, we always tend to think in the forward way. For example, how do I get rich? There can be an infinite ways of getting rich, and the process of getting rich can get very convoluted very fast in a lot of ways. The brilliance of inversion method is to think of the ways not to achieve your goals. So, instead of asking how do I get rich, you have to ask how do I not get rich? The answer is going to be a lot simpler than the answer of how do I get rich. The answer can be by being lazy and not doing anything and watching Netflix all day. So, according to inversion method, you have to stop being lazy and start working. Start working on anything. Just do not be lazy and do something. That is the brilliance of inversion method. You already know one thing that you have to avoid at all costs. Now let's talk about the basics of inversion method. There are 3 steps in the inversion method. The first step is you have to properly define what it is you are trying to achieve. The goal that you are trying to achieve should not be vague. You have to properly define your goal. After that, the second step is think about the things that will ensure that you are not going to achieve your goals. This is the main part of inversion method. How to not achieve something. Whatever it is you want to get, you have to list out the activities that is going to make sure that you are not going to get that goal. And the third step is easy. You have to avoid the things that are sure to result in a failure at all costs. So from the second step, you know what are the things that are going to make sure you are not going to achieve your goals. And in the third step, you have to make sure you avoid those things at all costs. The idea of inversion method was first invented by Carl Jacobi. I don't really know if I am pronouncing his name perfectly, but this is the guy, Carl Jacobi. His full name is Carl Gustav Jacob Jacobi. That is a bit handful, so you know why people actually called him Carl Jacobi, or in short CJ. He was actually a mathematician, and he found out that in mathematics, if you invert a problem, it is going to appear much more easier than it seemed at first when you try to solve the problem by going forward. By inverting the mathematical problem, CJ found out that it is much easier to solve any types of problem. And a famous quote of his is Man muss immer umkehren. I don't know if I have pronounced that right, but the translation of the sentence would be invert, always invert. This maxim has been popularized in the recent years by Charlie Munger. This fellow. Yes, I did not name his name in the beginning of the video. He is the famous business partner of Warren Buffett. And he himself is famous in his own rights. Very quickly, an off-topic information would be that Charlie Munger actually has a very good book called Poor Charlie's Almanac. You can try and read it out yourself. It is a fascinating book. And on another side note, the pronunciation of the main word of the title of the book is almanac or almanac. So now, you might be thinking that you do not really need this mental model for anything. Most thoughts that are going to come from the inversion method are stupid things that you need to avoid doing. It seems really obvious when you think about it. But the brilliance of this mental model is the simplicity of it. It might seem stupid when you think about it, but how many of the times do you really think about it? The answer is not too many. And when you think about the things that you have to avoid, those things are going to be implanted in your brain and you are going to stop yourself right before you start doing something stupid, just because you have thought about it. It is not brilliance, it is just avoiding stupidity. Charlie Munger. Another example where you have to go from point A to point B using a map. This is the map and you are currently at the green mark and you have to go to the red mark. I understand that this map actually seems pretty simple and you can easily go to the place that you want to go. But imagine this way. If you know the places you do not need to go and slowly cross out all of the roads, it is going to get much easier to go to the place that you actually want to go. Just look at it, how much simpler it has become than what it was before. There is only one straight road and you follow that to your goal. Once you start to think about what you don't want, you can easily uncover your own hidden beliefs about the problem. Charlie Munger used a brilliant example involving India to explain the mental model. He said that if you want to help India, the question you should ask is not how can I help India? It is what is the worst damage in India and what will automatically do the worst damage and how do I avoid it? That is the first step and the best process to help someone or some country or some society. I know I have been talking about Charlie Munger a lot, but you have to talk about someone when the person has inspired the thing that you are trying to explain. Now, let me explain another example, a much simpler one, and one that I think many of you might relate to. Let's say that you are trying to lose weight. With the help of inversion method, the question you should be asking yourself is how you should not lose weight. The list can be like this: drinking soft drinks whenever you want, eating snacks or having heavy breakfast or lunch or dinner every time you crave for it, or sitting down all the time, not exercising at all. That was easy. There you go. You have some things on your hand that are just stupid to do if you're trying to lose weight. Now all you have to do is avoid doing them. And with that you are going to be able to lose weight. And now that is it for inversion method for today. Comment below if you want to know anything more from me and I promise I will make a new video for that. But this is definitely not the end of this video. That is because we still have bonus content left. And for bonus today, I'd like to say the Spanish word for song is canción. Spanish word for book is libro. And Spanish word for movie is película. Once again, song is canción, book is libro, and movie is película. And now this is the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you have learned something new from here. And please subscribe to this channel if you want notifications whenever I upload. I upload pretty regularly, but if not a lot of people subscribe to this channel, I'll not be able to keep uploading regularly for a long time. So with that information floating around, I hope you learned something new today.